It's such a great day to be here in Milwaukee today. This is my third stop, actually fourth stop. I went to Benji's. We had some lunch a little while ago, so it was great. What you're seeing here is an infrastructure project for water, clean water. And in the American Jobs Plan, there's $100 billion roughly allocated for changing out lead pipes in this country, 400,000 lead pipes. My understanding, don't quote me, I think there's about 70,000 of those lead pipes here in Wisconsin. Yep. And our kids and our families and our people deserve better than that. I don't think the word infrastructure is defined to just construction projects. What President Biden and Vice President Harris have talked about is infrastructure and the American worker. It really is about an investment in the future of the American workforce to move them forward. How do we make investments in early education? How do we make investments in childcare, broadband access, as well as electric grids and the potential for more electric vehicles? So, jobs plan, investments, money comes back into the town, into the city. You see more of this in the city, creating opportunities for people to work, making sure that we diversify our trades, give women opportunities, people of color opportunities. So that's what this is all about today.
Thank you so much to our participants for joining us today.
What brought me into this program was I have 5 kids at home.
I had to stop high school for a long period of time because I did become a young mother.
Before 2019, it was very temporary work, no benefits, kind of hard to make ends meet, and childcare is hard to find when you're not working regular 9 to 5 hours.
Being undocumented brings a lot of hardships on us all, right?
I feel like we're going uphill. Plus, sadly enough, when I'm going uphill, I have to go like this, hiding. Hiding not because I've done something wrong, hiding because I don't have the status.
My family and I have continued to build this country through the pandemic and deserve to be honored with a pathway to citizenship for their sacrifices.
I'm working my way towards to get my diploma so I can have a stable career for me and my son. But during my experience with this program, I've learned a lot.
They help out too with a lot of self-confidence. When you say you couldn't do something, or if you thought you weren't able to drive it, build it, they push you and show you and nope, you got this, you can do this.
You know, when you hear about the 6 folks that were here talking today, it's a snapshot of America. We had people of color, we had immigrants, we had mothers, we had parents.
This is about being able to lift many people out of poverty and putting them in good paying jobs so they can provide for their families, provide an education for their children. These are the these are the stories that we need to tell every day.
I'm a son of immigrants. My parents immigrated to this country in the 1950s. I went to Suffolk University for my second year, and after the first semester I dropped out. I ended up going into treatment for alcoholism. And then after that, my life just kind of started to turn around, and I went back to college. I got my college degree when I was 42 years old. Nobody has a straight line. There's complications, there's challenges. I mean, that's an important part of what Joe Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris are talking about today. First plan they put out was the American Rescue Plan, which is a plan to deal with the pandemic. But then they put out 2 other plans, the American Families Plan and the American Jobs Plan, that is literally transformational. Everything you talked about today is in that plan. But if we don't speak up about it and don't talk about it, then we're not going to get it. Your success is important because it's a story that we can all tell to whoever it is that doubts the American Jobs Plan or doubts the American Families Plan. Wait a second, these programs work. So we just need to continue to think about talking about beyond these walls. And let's not get caught up in Democrats versus Republicans. Let's talk about the American Jobs Plan, the American Families Plan that is transformational for people that are struggling right now in America.
Just meeting with everyone in there, it was just a relief that someone's actually hearing you out and hearing your story, you know, and they actually care. You can tell they genuinely care.
I have 5 kids, 1 on the way, so living, check by check is not easy. And I know there's a lot of plans coming into place with child care help and, benefits while working. So I'm looking forward to that because it is a real big struggle not having health insurance benefits.
I certainly, I give you my commitment. You have my support to do everything I can as the Secretary of Labor to push labor protections in the bill, to push pathways to citizenship. Nobody living here should have that fear that they're working, paying taxes, raising a family, putting food on the table, educating our youth, building our homes. Shouldn't be worrying about being deport it. That shouldn't be the case. So.
Part of the Building Back Better and investment in jobs and infrastructure, we have to ask who's doing those jobs. We haven't given enough attention to unsung heroes on the front lines during this pandemic, and those are undocumented immigrant workers, DACA recipients, TPS recipients, and their family members who have been on the front lines and disproportionately getting sick, and their immigration status has contributed to that suffering.
It's about building back better. It's about creating opportunities for middle-class jobs. And that's really, as far as giving people an opportunity to make good wages. That's why he's pushing the $15 hour minimum wage. That's why he's pushing the PRO Act, so that we can deal with some of the inequities that we've dealt with for the last 50 years in this country. We're still in the early stages of this conversation with the American Jobs Plan. The Congress is talking about it now. We're going to work with the Senate and hopefully pass a piece of legislation that's going to be impactful in so many different ways, not just with replacing lead pipes, but also job training, apprenticeships, diversity, inclusion in industry. So that's the plan here.